3:33.
Afternoon, Miss Bauer, Annie, Rianne, Bandeep, Ms. Mac.
How you guys all doing?
And we have Cleo here today.
A little bit of feedback there. Yeah.
I gotta get into the camera.
So, we're a little bit behind today. I got distracted.
Andre.
But hello to everybody, and we are moving forward.
Andre is the student. Cool. That's new.
Yeah, I'm not sure what he did to do that.
Maybe he just changed his name.
So just a quick rerun through the schedule for today. So at 5 o'clock, there's a 10 to 13-year-old red to junior black belt class. 6 o'clock, there's a Tai Chi class. 7 o'clock is the teen and adult white to orange. And then 8 p.m. is the brown and black belt class. And then tomorrow we also have a live. It's going to be Miss Power's first live class tomorrow at 6 p.m. She's doing the beginner kids, the 3 to 6-year-olds. So, hi, Bandeep.
So, Bandeep, you said you woke up with a headache. Was it an hour after the meditation it was gone, or medication? Oh, got it, Andre. Hi, Pranav.
What is new with everyone?
I'm just waiting for Bandeep too. Once you get a moment, Bandeep, there's a lag. So.
Yep.
A rainy day today, although it's going to be a high of 12 if it's there now, I think.
Yeah.
A little bit of sun I saw peeking out.
It's not too bad. After meditation.
That's excellent. Better. Good. And then it went. You were amazed. It works well. Actually, next time you have a headache, reach out to me on text. I'll try that other technique I have, and we'll see if we can move it out. It's kind of cool. So feel free to text me. It's absolutely okay. Oh, Rianne made funnel cakes as well.
Awesome. Did you take pictures?
So did Miss Mac. They looked amazing.
Take some photos and post them in the Amy and Milton Facebook group.
Good. Make sure you wear your sunscreen if you're outside for an hour. Get that vitamin D. You're welcome, Bandeep. So, do you have anything more to share?
No.
So, the book. So I came across the 3 Keys to Warrior Dignity. So, if we were to somewhat identify with a warrior, with the samurai, let's just say, it says, what makes the warrior elite so different from other people? Everyone can sense there's something about that one man or woman that makes them stand out from a group of more common people. And what is that? Is it pretense? Does he or she simply move and act in ways that convey dignity, or is it something more? And the author says and exclaims that it's more, definitely more. Dignity isn't something you can take on and off like a coat. It's a deeply rooted behavior. It takes time to develop, and it can't be faked. So nothing I tell you today will make you a man or woman of substance tomorrow. But there are definitely several physical and emotional elements that, when properly cultivated, will lead to the quality I'm describing. and you can certainly learn to avoid the kinds of behavior that make you look foolish. There are 3 fundamental keys to cultivating warrior dignity. To become a man or woman of substance, you must A, develop a commanding posture. So thinking about how posture is reflected in all of our training, it is also something we can take out into our lifestyle and how we present ourselves in our workplace. So shoulders over hips, standing with erect posture, not slouching. It's very, very predominant if you think about it. Discover the power of physical grace. So before I started martial arts training, I tripped a lot. And I only had one fall recently down the stairs. Since I trained in martial arts, though, that has declined. And I never was clumsy while I was training. So I find that interesting. And then the third thing is cultivate the austere quality of Shibumi. So Shibumi, it's up to you guys to find out what that means. The austere quality of Shibumi. Shibumi. Can we put it on that screen? Shibumi. So Shibumi, not N. Sorry, spelling error. Shibumi. So who you were last year and yesterday or last week are completely different than who you will be in the future. So these are some aspects you can cultivate within yourself through your martial arts training to carry out into your lifestyle if it speaks to you, if it will be of benefit.
Yeah. And the poise that people have from training is something that's inherent in the practice of martial arts, because having good posture and paying attention to what you're doing is necessary. It has an effect on your performance as a martial artist. So people tend to develop that as a skill, and then with years of practice, it just becomes second nature, right? That we tend to maintain good posture.
It's like you embody it, becomes part of who you are. And that's what practice is, and mastery is all about embodiment. So there you go.
And the great thing, the other thing that having good posture does is it makes your movement more effortless, right? So over time, having good posture allows the muscles to do what they're supposed to be doing rather than supporting or trying to counteract your bad posture, right? So if you're slouching, certain muscles are always engaged, right? That shouldn't need to be engaged, which means there's tension in your body that doesn't need to be there. So by fixing your posture and practicing that, it allows certain muscles to relax. And then because you're not using muscles that you don't need to use, there's less effort required over time.
So if you think of positions of authority like police officers, there is a presence about them, and their posture is part of it. So it's energy, mindset, it's what they're giving off in terms of, you know, what they're thinking and feeling as the authority figure. But certainly they all have a commanding posture.
Yep.
And it's very much said that martial artists have the same. Similar, you can usually tell how they're standing, that there's a background in martial arts.
Yeah, and just the, you know, not slouching shoulders if you're, you know, hunched or whatever, versus keeping your shoulder blades together. It makes you look bigger, right? Bigger, taller.
And imagine how that comes across if you're presenting something at school, you're presenting a project. If you're in front of coworkers and you are presenting information at a meeting, you will come across as confident, right? Even if you're well prepared and confident, but you're slouching, your posture won't be in alignment with that, and it won't come across. So it's important to keep those things in mind.
I see it a lot in teenagers that are tall, or they grew tall quickly, and they're trying to hide, right? They tend to keep themselves small, right? They don't stand up straight in the upper body or the lower body, right? And you see their kicks, they don't do full kicks or whatever. They're just trying to maintain this small posture like they were when they were younger. And it's unfortunate, right? So practicing good physical posture definitely has an enhancement on your mental posture and self-confidence.
And developing physical grace, the power of physical grace. That takes a lot of muscular power. So healthy muscles. When you're shifting, when you think about shifting in your Goju shuffle, or when we center in and shift in our stance work in some katas, requires a lot of leg strength, but it looks effortless when you're watching.
Yeah. And that's a big part of it too. You know, when you look at even dancers, and because if you don't, unless you're a dancer, but someone that doesn't dance, and you're looking at like a ballerina or a professional dancer, and they look like it's effortless, right? But what we don't realize is that they're just really efficient in their movement because they've practiced it so much that they've eliminated all wasted movement, and all wasted energy is gone, right? So it looks effortless, but it took a lot of effort to get there, right? And when you look at other martial artists, it's the same thing. When someone does their kata and you're like, oh, they make that look so easy. Well, it's because they've practiced eliminating all the wasteful movements, right? And not just physical moving, but again, just the muscles that you're using to stay standing up, right? And over time, with practice, when you embody that type of physicality, it tends to sort of migrate to your everyday life, right? So if you walk a certain way in class and we practice good posture, that posture will carry through to how you walk in at the office or at the gym, or
and there'll be an element of grace that will come with that,
and a sense of balance too, like physical balance. So having good posture and being flexible and fit helps you maintain physical balance, so you're less likely to trip and fall and slip or any of those other things, right?
Yep. And then there's the concept of Shibumi. So you guys can, it's an austere quality, and these are cultivated, right? So it takes time and effort and repetition. So you guys can look that one up. We can chat about it tomorrow. I'll leave my book here so I remember. Shibumi. So that's our great wisdom for today. Any questions, comments, concerns?
And if you're looking for the link for that book, I saved it on our public Facebook page. It's pinned right to the top, so it's easy to find.
Forrest E. Morgan. But it's old, 20 years old, so there's some different concepts, but excellent historical data, and just interesting to see how martial arts has shifted.
Share the icon here one more time too. Maybe.
What's that? Oh, this is a new version too.
No.
That one of
Is
the book. Yeah, it says how to develop attitudes based on the ancient Asian martial arts. Oh, it's just like larger text.
Dated cover.
Yeah. A manual for the way a modern warrior should think. I'm not a big supporter of telling anybody how they should think, but it is interesting. If you choose to and it speaks to you and it's a way that you wish to be, then of course you can adopt some of those concepts. You're right. So Bandeep is saying if there was no quarantine, then you wouldn't get the great wisdom from both of us, and that's correct. It's the small looking for the silver lining in the quarantine, right? Not focusing on the negative. You do need to know about the negative and inform yourself, but focus on the good. What is it you're enjoying about the quarantine? More baking. Oh my gosh, funnel cakes alone are worth it on some days, right?
Before quarantine, did any of you guys realize how much butter goes into baking?
I did.
It's amazing.
Those cookies that Chef Andre, I don't think there's any milk or other liquid in there, but butter.
It's just butter.
I think it's butter. They're amazing. So yeah, and you'll find those special gems of the quarantine. When you have an aha moment with it where you're doing something that you're really enjoying during this time, whether it be with your family or alone time, solitude is very refreshing. It's important to focus on those and seek for more evidence of those in order to stay mentally feeling good about it all. At least that's what I do, and I feel okay. I'm almost, minus the virus, I don't mind being at home so much. I really enjoy it.
Yep. It was interesting for a while there when we were doing the classes during the day, because I haven't had a 9-to-5 job for 25 years.
Yeah, it was kind of interesting.
I was a little jealous. Just saying.
Of those that have the 9-to-5?
People that have a 9-to-5.
And can go and have a hobby or have a
can actually
extracurricular.
Go and do things after work.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah. All the things you realize, right?
Yeah.
The other thing is when you do go grocery shopping, I mean, for me anyway, where I go and at the time that I go, there's nobody in line. I'm in and out. When I had to go to the ER, there was nobody there. I mean, if there can be nobody at the ER now, we never needed to go in the past. There was just no need to fill up those waiting rooms as much as we, as a society, have filled them up, because nobody's there.
Yeah.
So nothing could have been that important,
Yeah.
really, or it could have waited.
Yeah,
so I'm enjoying that.
If you're not going to the emergency room now, then you probably never needed to.
Yeah. Gas prices, all-time low for me in my lifetime. Yep. Not that I need to gas up as much, but hey, it's amazing. I
think it's been lower in our lifetime.
Probably
pretty close.
As kids. I remember it being like
before
30,
we were driving.
I remember the 27 cent when I was about 10 years old, driving with my mom, and she was like, and we had to wait in line for an hour. I was so mad.
I think it was still in the low to mid 50s when I started driving.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we're pretty close.
Yeah.
20 cents more.
Yeah.
We would have been screaming at people raising prices to 75 cents.
Mm-hmm. It's amazing.
Liter. And now we were like, oh my God, it's so cheap.
Yeah. So it's amazing how perspective and times change. But there's all that negative too out there, but it's where you put your focus, right?
I still remember when we first moved to Milton. Well, before we moved, but we opened in Milton, I was spending $1,200 a month in gas.
Yes. That's why we moved to Milton.
But that was more because of the car than the cost.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, the cost of gas was still high. It was still like $1 some. But
yeah. Either way we sliced it. It was
cylinder engine.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So we got rid of the car and we moved to Milton, and Now we have a mortgage instead.
Debbie, we not gallons. 35 cents a gallon. What are you talking about?
Gallons.
Liter.
What are you, American?
Liter. Kitty. Oh, she's making a mess. Sorry, my cat's distracting. Yeah, doing groceries online is amazing.
Yeah.
I do that in the winter a lot, actually.
Yeah. And there, as much as people worry about what is going to be selected
not bad
for
actually,
them, it's pretty good for the most part. And then as far as I understand, the return policy is pretty good. We haven't had to return anything we've ordered from the grocery perspective.
Yeah. Instacart is good. I've used it. Before we went metric.
I know at Walmart at least, because the people that stock the shelves overnight, they have to have it done by 5 a.m, because the people that pick the groceries for that day get first dibs in the store before it opens to the public. So they usually pick all the best stuff.
The stock, the packers, whatever you call
the packers, the people that actually go in and select your groceries for you that you ordered online. So they get to go and shop for you before the store opens.
I wish we could show them the cat right now.
The cat's going crazy. Sorry, she's shaking the whole table with the laptop and
she's
the camera.
She's tossed all of our placemats, our place settings, like their fabric, onto the floor, and we have fabric napkins that we wash, and she's just tossed it all. They're clean, but she tossed them all to clear my space.
She's like, "This is my spot."
So she's distracting us, of course. And Rianne, So now, Rianne, you're saying before you got your license, have you gone through all the road training and you got your temporary one, whatever that first one is? It's different now. I can never get it straight. So do you just need to go for the test? Like, were you out driving? That's crazy. I'm asking because I remember when you were little, like you were this big when you started training. And then I want to know if Andre and Stefan are driving yet. You guys, I don't even know how old you are.
They probably have their
You
letters.
must be 16, right? Yeah, you were 16. Weren't you 16 in October or December? October 15th, something like that, right? Cat. So is this the time they're seeing it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. That's funny.
So we have our software open that does the recording, and then on that side over there.
So you're not 16 yet, or you just haven't done it yet, Andre? I know you've turned 16.
Maybe not.
Soon, if not.
When were they planning to grade?
June.
In June.
Yeah. So they would be.
They might be border.
Quarantine happened before you could take your G1. Okay, I'm sure you're like probably like Rianne as well.
Yeah.
Got it. Well, that's okay. I'm sure you're giving your parents heart attacks. So the worst part is what I don't understand about it, and I'm going to be completely honest, is why they think a parent is qualified to drive with a non-licensed driver at all.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Well, that would be with a G1, right?
Well, no, you can get in before you even get tested and you start practicing. So there's a point where they have no knowledge.
No, but the G1 is like our learners.
Oh, it's like, yeah, the knowledge. They have the knowledge,
G2.
But the physical skill is terrifying.
Yeah. But even still, like G1, all you have to do is take a written test to get your G1.
That's not my point. My point is actually a parent getting in the car to practice.
Yeah.
Is terrifying.
It's crazy.
Okay.
I mean, I did it.
He's got nerves of steel. Although my son Armand was easier to get behind in the passenger seat with, because he actually demonstrated more common sense, like not driving into traffic, than my daughter did. I could not. One or two times I drove with her.
I think you went once, and then I did the rest.
And then I suffered really bad anxiety back then, and I couldn't get in the car with
this close to a left-hand turn into a pedestrian.
Here, Ontario, and Eglinton and Mississauga, and that was it. I was done. I was like, pull over. I'm driving. Yeah. So, but I have more grit now. So. Next, only one more child to go through.
Yeah, that's assuming they still have driver cars by the time
They-
Archer's that age.
You talk about like the automatic cars.
Yeah,
that
they might
drive
have
us.
self-driving car by then. Well,
Be cool.
that's what they're saying. 'Cause that's what 10
10 years.
10 more
6 years.
6 more years.
For him. 5.5 actually. It'll be 11 this year. Well, it's 3:59. Let's just wait for their.
Yeah. And your parents haven't been in the car with you yet?
Oh, yeah, it's scary to drive initially.
Okay, it's like everything else. Just takes practice and experience.
And calm. So breathing is good. Not having road rage prevents lots of accidents from happening. If you can just stay calm. I think snow is the biggest challenge initially, learning how to drive in Canada. But after that,
yep,
snow tires are worth it.
Well, back in the day, they used to have the driver education at the high schools.
Right, I remember.
They always did it right in September when school started. So
would it go into the winter?
No, you'd be done before the snow fell.
That's probably a good thing.
So, but then people never learned how to drive in the snow either. You have to go to skid school.
So I guess we have to let this catch up before we say bye.
Well, I'll say bye on here, and then. So we do have to get going. It's 4 o'clock, and I have to prepare for 2 classes back to back, and hopefully my camera's charged because I forgot to plug it in this morning.
He does have a backup.
I have a backup, yes, but
always a plan B.
I'd prefer to use the new camera if I can.
Yes, because it has a name now.
Does it?
Did you name it? No.
No.
Oh, apparently not yet. It needs a name. You guys can name the camera.
All right, guys, we are gonna say goodbye.
Look up Shibumi.
Look up Shibumi.
And see you tomorrow. I'll see some of you tonight at 8 p.m.
And I'll see the rest of you throughout the day. Have a great day, guys.
Bye, guys.
Bye.